tingling, it could be numbness. So much so they progress on to more serious conditions which might diagnose as cervicobrachial neuralgia, disc prolapses, and so on. And at that time they are unaware of what actually caused these problems, and they may go to a neurologist, a neurosurgeon, an orthopedic surgeon, a physiotherapist, anybody who can relieve them of the pain. Sometimes even that is not accessible, they go to the neighboring chemist. Even that's not accessible, next door lady, next door auntie will treat. The point is, you don't go to the root cause for all these problems. And the good news is that if you initiate a good ergonomic program, what I tell my clients is, a good ergonomic program is not just about workstation. The best workstation, you should have a good posture in that workstation. And along with that, you must also teach the suitable exercises. So RSI stage 1, you can actually send them back home and with the proper advices on exercises and so on, and we'll get better. But it's RSI stage 2 when the whole day you are somewhat, by evening you get the pain, you go home and sleep it off. Next day again, that's stage 2. It's stage 3 that's very, it's not responding to treatment so easily. I would just to tell you that when a patient comes to you, you don't have to say RSI or RMI or WRELD or that's not needed. You can actually diagnose because they come to you with a problem. So many of these symptoms you might be treated. I just want to sensitize you to the fact that they come under the umbrella term of occupational overuse syndromes or cumulative trauma diseases. In fact, this forward bend syndrome is something that is new, that has come after the advent of the laptop. And then this double crush syndrome is also a new diagnosis where nerves get pinched at different levels. Don't bother working in the left, it's only a joke. But basically there is no pathology. The problem is mostly related to the soft tissues, and so the X-rays may be normal, the person may be, all your bloods and the investigations may turn out normal, but he or she still has the pain because there is a static posture. So if I say repetitive stress injury, they ask me where is the injury, I don't fall down, I don't lift any heavy weight, but the chronicity of the position or the posture can lead to such lack of what we call as a relative ischemia in the tissues, and thereby lowering of blood supply, so many other factors. And as age advances, the natural stiffening of the system. We move on to sitting. 75% of the Western world, and now we are also catching up very fast, 75% of the working world sits at work. So the way they sit is, no animal sits. If at all they sit, it's in a posture which is where the spine or the vertebral column is parallel to the ground. But in our case, we sit with our vertebral column, which itself is curved at 3 places, and that is vertical. So the biomechanical forces acting on a curved column are quite different from that which is acting on a vertebral column which is parallel to the ground. That's simple basic gravity working on your system. You also must have a disclaimer when talking to your patients who are coming with such problems, is that don't say that it's only related to your work. Yes, it may be related to work, but remember, after the 7 or 8 hours they put in at the office, there's a whole lot of 17 hours that they spend at home, where they are surfing the net, watching movies, trading on the stock exchange, वो सब करते हैं. So they are all doing things, and Work from home, this is another very important thing. When you work from home, which is a new trend, a lot of people just work on a dining table, on the bed. So all these things you must insist that the strain that is encountered and in any work on the computer, it doesn't matter whether you're at home or in the office, but you got to have a good workstation. So back pain is multifactorial, you are aware of that, so is neck pain. But improper sitting can lead to back pain. Again, conversely, when a patient comes to us, the tendency is to diagnose. So let us rule out a pot spine. Let us rule out ankylosing spondylitis. Let us look out for spondylolisthetic pattern. See, all these things we know because we have studied it. But the commonest thing is the muscles that go into spasm. I don't need to go too much into the anatomy and all that because of the audience. Basically, these curves, the spinal curves, the cervical, thoracic and the lumbar curves are supported by muscles. And these muscles, paraspinous muscles, go into spasm whenever there is an abnormal strain on the, of course there are cases where there is damage to the vertebra, of course there are tumors, of course there is multiple myeloma, there are other causes obviously. But the predominant, at least let's put it this way, let's prevent posture related back pain first. Take a walk down all these shop floors in many industries. If you have a chance, you will find your client sitting in the most abnormal posture, especially if he has two computers, one on this, where will he focus? One, you can see his screens are at different levels. He is asymmetric in his posture, there is truncal rotation. His shoulder is somewhat abducted and also hand is not rested on the armrest. These are all, he is not aware, he is glued to his screen. So shoulder pain, then the dorsiflexion of the wrist causing pain in the wrist. All these things have to be corrected. Lot of sites are there which will show good posture. I will show you one also. But the point is that sitting and bending, for example, has a tremendous effect, impact on the discal pressures. I think lunch is getting to me. Please see that I don't go off to sleep. So, see, this is an intradiscal pressures measured, and at various levels when you stoop or sit and stoop and pick up something in the floor, it's in fact even worse than standing and lifting. So what we look at in a workstation are these various parameters. The height of the eye and vis-a-vis the monitor height, the thigh height, the thigh to the floor, the angles, various angles, the angle that the thigh makes with the rest of the body, the hip joint at least, and then the angle that the knee makes with the thigh. All these angles and anthropometric measurements are made in order prior to fixing the person to a workstation. Now that is an ideal scenario. Most of the workstations cater to the 95th percentile of people, and you should have various parts of the chair and workstation that are you can adjust. There are of course modifiable factors for pain, and one of them is obesity. In fact, they say that the person who is most who is prone to back pain is a tall, obese female. So these are the people who are more, this is hypothetically, because each one is a factor that can contribute to back pain. Pregnancy. You might have seen many gravid females walking. They walk with their hands behind them because the weight up front causes a huge amount of traction on the lower back, and they have to support the lower back. In fact, it's mandatory for you to prescribe good abdominal exercises pre and postnatally so that they recover a good back health. Obesity. Today with the continuous sitting, junk food, people are only developing Uttar Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh is growing. One chap came to me, sir, I have got knee pain. He was quite obese. I asked him, where is it paining in your knee? मुझे दिख नहीं रहा सर, आप ही देख लीजिए. He was not able to see his knees. The point is, the abdominal muscles also play a major role in prevention of back pain. Ergonomists across the world have studied, and it's mostly related to heights. Is your monitor at the right height? Is your mouse and keyboard at the right height? Do you rest your arm on a hard surface while working? Is your keyboard too high? Again, given the right workstation, are you adopting the right posture? There is a slumping posture, there is a slouching posture. Gravity takes over. Na? After 1 or 2 hours, you can actually measure it, The person, when he comes, he sits properly at work. After 2 hours, slowly he comes forward. After 3 hours, 4 hours, I went to an office inside the cabin. One manager was sitting. He was lying down on his chair. His legs were on the table. But he was working. He had a nice big workstation. Again, I gave him my card. So, your posture at work is important. Protracted shoulders, slumping, lack of appropriate breaks. Generally, they say 5 minutes every hour is the break when you should do your break exercises. So I told this to one audience, and next time I visited them, so I was told one guy left this 45 minutes earlier. अरे वो कैसा? आपने बोला ना 5-minute break every hour. I accumulated those breaks and went 45 minutes earlier. ऐसा नहीं. You got to do your break exercises. Tell your patients. Don't worry about all those numbers there. They are only when you are going to evaluate a chair. Suppose you have to, some company calls you to evaluate a chair, then you do the measurements. Otherwise, I'll just give you the take-home low-hanging fruit. Here, basically, your lumbar curve must be supported. Lumbar curve must be supported either by the contour of the chair, or don't wait for back buddy, all those things. Tell them to bring one thin pillow from home, keep it there. So, because every company may not provide, so the lower back must be supported. Lock the backrest. Because the backrest being locked is a good sitting position for working. You cannot recline your backrest, go to 140. That will push you forward. There will be the pelvis will talk to the knee will talk to the ankle, your foot will not be supported. All of these will contribute to spasm of your lower back. So, of course, some chairs have adjustable lower back. Again, this is just to show that we come in different sizes, right? Some of the people, when they sit, their thighs will hit the under surface of the bench. When you look at them, you have to look at them, and they'll be 6'4". So when they sit, their thighs will hit the underside of the workbench. There are some people who, when they sit, their feet don't touch the ground. Okay, so variation in anthropometric, but generally, as I told you, we all fall in some bell curve, no? So in that bell curve, we all fit in somehow. But within that, we should know what are the controls that we should use. So I've told you about the backrest. A backrest can have, it can go back, but it is a backrest. It should be used only when you are resting. When you're working, you got to lock it in the neutral position. That's about 90 to 110 degrees. And then you rest your foot on the ground. This is essentially because of your pelvic tilt. The pelvic tilt, if you do not rest your foot on the ground or on a footrest, the pelvic tilt will aggravate the backache. Again, for tall people, you might have to consider a slightly raised workstation because their knees will, the upper surface of the thigh will hit against the workstation. Again, all of these seat heights must be adjusted so that your forearms are parallel to the floor. These are all available in every website. You can go and see that. But basic principle is that your forearms must be parallel. There should be no dorsiflexion on the wrist. It should be more or less this thing. And one interesting thing is this keyboards that they use. The keyboards, if they use the right side, which is numeric, then only you center them to the keyboard. But if it is alpha-numeric and they don't use the numeric part, then you have to move the keyboard to the right and center yourself to the using part. Because again, imagine I type for 8, 9, 10 hours with my wrist like this. You know what can happen. EPL, APB, you will get tendinitis here. Seat depth. Again, there must be a gap between the back of your knee and the seat waterfall design. Waterfall design means basically it should be curved, not hard. And should not compress the knee, obviously. Armrest is again, you tell your patient to sit erect, keep his shoulders very relaxed, see that the arms and the forearm is parallel to the ground, and that should be the right height of the armrest. Most chairs have 3 to 4 adjustable armrests, so you raise it or lower it based on the patient. This is what I already said. Unless your feet are rested, there will be a pelvic tilt which will aggravate the lumbar curve. This is something that I have observed. I have gone through so many companies across India, software companies, is that they keep the the keyboard below and the mouse there. And so that becomes one extra repetitive movement that is unnecessary. So ideal is to have a keyboard tray. If you are not very tall, then you have a keyboard tray, place the keyboard tray on that at the recommended height and have the mouse adjacent to it. If you are a right-hander, on the right side. Just position the keyboard so that you are centered to it or the B key. See that your wrist is not ulnar or radially deviated. Monitor. So again, all of this has to be combined holistically. You can't just adjust the chair, then find that the monitor is below. You understand? So simultaneously you will have to look at the monitor. Generally, those days when I started my practice or my consultancy, they were using desktops, big ones. Today, then in fact one of my patients said, "Sir, I got promoted." This was about 10 years ago. "Sir, I got a promotion." I said, "Congratulations. Now I got a laptop." To me, a laptop as an ergonomist is not a promotion. Because a laptop, whatever you try, can never be very ergonomic. Because you adjust the monitor height, the keyboard is there. You adjust the keyboard, you have to look down. Your neck is always in flexion. So you'll get reversal of the cervical lordosis. So, whatever, again, you if you are able, you can explain this to your patient. If they allow you, you can visit the company and see how he's working. But basically, these are the parameters. See that your patient is centered to the monitor. If there are 2 monitors, place them at 45 degrees, center yourself to that. Use a laptop stand. That will also come later. What is the distance of the monitor? 1 arm's distance. That is about 18. Some books give 18 and 30. Some books give 18 and 24. Doesn't matter. You don't need an inch tape or a protractor. Okay. Basically, you know that your wrist is in neutral. Your elbows are 90 degrees. That's all. We are only giving the guidelines. Even we encourage our people to shift their positions once in a while. Not a problem. We are not robots. Dr. Somnath, we are not robots. So we have to keep moving our body. So we have to give that leeway for them. One important thing is again the distance. Earlier we used to read, that is to be reading distance. And then we used to look far away, that is to be the distance. Okay, far distance. Now there is an intermediate. So a lot of people are solving that by using progressive lenses or intermediate reading glasses. Because your computer is 18 to 30 inches away from you, 1 arm's distance. So you got to read it. Too often the font is so small that you have to look forward. Again, neck flexion. Keep at the top of the computer screen, act as slightly below eye level. If you are using lot of documents, use a document holder. See that your laptop is not upturned to catch the glare. I've already talked to you about the keyboard tray. Essentially, it's a detachable thing that moves from under the table, so that when you are sitting erect, you don't have to reach out to the table. When you bring the keyboard tray, your mouse is on your right, your arms your shoulder are relaxed, and your forearm is parallel to the ground. So you avoid a lot of arm extension. Now, when you go to a company, that also may happen. Your patient may say, you've done miracles on me, so why don't you visit my company? So when you go there, what you do is you must look for simple things. Don't say change the whole workstation. That's not possible. You say, can we give accessories? There are many accessories. There are accessories that, like a document holder, so that you don't have to flex and extend your neck all the time. You can keep it at the same level as a monitor. What is most essential for laptops is use a laptop stand with an external keyboard and an external wireless mouse or a docking station. See that sometimes the chair may not have an armrest. See that they will have a detachable arm. These are all accessories that you can get from the market. And for wrist, you need to rest it on something soft. Wrist pads, mouse pads, very useful. So these are the benefits of using these accessories. The workstation need not be touched. This minor tweaking is enough. You can use a height adjustable laptop stand. You can use these external keyboard and mouse. You can have an inclined footrest for those whose feet do not rest on the ground. Mouse pad and document holder I've already told you, and about the glasses. So these are some do's and don'ts. I'm not going to read it. Just have a look. So when you tell your patients, these are how you must be. Use a light touch. A lot of people I've seen that enter button, poor thing. If it doesn't open in your first try, keep on hitting. Because in your 20th time it will open. What is it? I don't understand that logic. First time it doesn't open, 20th time it don't open. You are only trying to hit it unnecessarily. Allow your hands to float on the keyboard. That's another key thing. You have to float on the keyboard and rest your arms on the armrest when not working. And don't slouch. I've already told you how you must sit on the chair. It may be called a mouse. It won't run away. Don't hold your mouse so tight. Okay. I've seen people gripping it so tightly, not me. Again, keyboards you don't have to use. Somebody did a study, German. He said use 9 times more pressure on the keyboards and the mouse than is required. Don't pound the keys. Control Alt Delete, Control Alt Delete. Not Control Alt Delete. You got 2 fingers, you got 2 hands. So, everybody, I say this in all my lectures to the users, they laugh just as you did and go back to doing the same thing. So this is the basic guidelines. See that your head is not flexed or extended, it's neutral. You are centered to the monitor. Monitor is at approximately eye height, it should not be above, it's generally below. 5 degrees, 10 degrees subtended. Shoulders relaxed, arms at the side. Forearms parallel to the ground, wrist parallel, wrist in neutral. Arms rested when not working. Lower back fully supported. And feet on the footrest or on the floor. Document holder where needed. Lot of places, lot of workstations. Phone, important documents there. Family photo here. I say your family very close. Photo can be there. If you use all these things more often, pencil, pen, all those things, if you use them, keep them closer. Family photo, if a family being close, you can keep the photo far away. Anyway, like this, so many things, you just have to look at it afresh. One of the things that you must note in many offices is when you come that next day, you'll find your chair is not there. They'll come, there's a lady who wrote her name. This is my chair. And put her name and signature. In case you take it, anyway. So the point is, there's a term for this, it's called chair hijacking. Because a lot of people work in the same office, but you would have adjusted it to your height. So in fact, you should tell your patient, when you go to office, check whether chair is yours. Now we come to the next part of, how much time do I have?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay, fine. I started at 2:10, I thought. Yes. So, now we come to another part, that is the rapid upper limb assessment. Now, when you do an assessment in a company, this is a little advanced, basic ergonomics, but you might be interested in knowing more about it. Essentially, you need to tell the manufacturers or the office managers that this equipment is not okay, or this workstation is not okay for your patient. And you will say, how do you say that? So there are ways by which you can assess and give marks, give a number to it. So there are many types of what we call as tools: rapid upper limb assessment, rapid entire body assessment, OWA, SNOOC, RAP, RAPP, that is of push and pull activities, then ART for repetitive one. There are many tables. But RUDA is the one for office ergonomics, is very well adopted. You assign a score for the body regions. There is no need for special equipment, and you don't need to be an ergonomist, you can just follow the instructions there. And you can assess only one side at a time. It's either right or left, and does not assess the finger movements. It does not provide the entire work activity throughout. It assesses only posture. It does not specifically address office environments. It addresses the anybody who is sitting at work. So I went to Dell. In Dell they were sitting and assembling parts on their laptop. On the laptop they were manufacturing. So that's a ruler. So this is how a ruler sheet looks. And first you have the arm and wrist analysis. There are scores. Like how am I placing my shoulder? Is it flexed? Is it extended? All those things. And then the lower arm position, wrist position, twisting of the wrist. Then is there any muscle use? Is it very severe? A little bit subjective, but at least you can give a score to it. Then force that is used, and at the end of it you give a number. There is a score that you can see on the right. And then also the neck, trunk and leg are analyzed, and here you see the neck position, whether it's flexed, extended, trunk position flexed, extended while sitting. Okay, ruler focuses on activities where the upper limb is active more, because the trunk and legs are also involved in this. So you need to decide whether to use a rapid entire body or the rapid upper limb. Generally, for our office we use the ruler only. There's more upper limb activity. But of course, legs also, there is a scoring for the legs, and then muscle use score, force load, and then you arrive at the final score. I'm not going through details because it involves marking. That can be done in a workshop. And then this is the important thing. They are given McAtamney and Scott. They are the people who have invented this table. They give a number. So if you tell the industry that, or even the employee at work, 5 to 6 is you are at medium risk, or above 6 you are at high risk. So you give the risk and reduce it. This has been recently from Canada, Mr. Son. He has given another table called the ROSA. Basically, this is also diagram based, so easy to access. And many of these are validated. The scores are validated with the musculoskeletal symptoms evaluated. You can evaluate in different ways. There is one questionnaire that is used. We use it for, it's called the Nordex questionnaire. And that questionnaire we use for evaluation of the muscle, these symptoms. And of course we know the visual analog scale for the intensity of the pain. So this is how it is scored. You can see here that one section deals with the armrest, the back, essentially the chair. The armrest, back support, seat pan height, the seat pan depth is part of the chair. The second part, again each of these has a score. But again that will be given in the addenda, in the annexure. That for each score this is what is said. Then section B deals with the monitor, external things. That is the monitor and the phone. So this ROSA is a more practical application, whereas RULA is more a postural association. But Dr. Song has given this, and it's around for some time and it's validated. Section C is the keyboard and mouse, where the actual interface between the workstation and the person. So far it's only external, but here the interface, where the person is going to use the keyboard and the mouse. So this is the figure, again very easy to use, but you need some training. First time you might find it difficult, and then you arrive at the scores. Again, there are ways by which you arrive at the score, which is a risk score. So I will show you a case where we saw. For all of you who can see, this is an actual case scenario where the person was sitting and we just captured him working. वैसे बैठा था, वो देख रहा था, look at his laptop. His laptop is looking upstairs, and his hands are on the board. He is doing, if we can say, whatever we can do wrong, he is doing it wrong. In his posture, even you will understand. And so we gave him some advice. We gave him some accessories. We put his laptop on a laptop stand. We gave him a keyboard and told him how to use it at the right height. We raised his chair height, seat and height. We raised it, and then we told him sit well into your chair, sit as erect as possible. Even then, it didn't come up to his eyes, but that's okay. At least we brought the score down from 6 to 2, and we are able to demonstrate to him as well as to the employer that yes, with the same workstation, with just one laptop stand and something, we are able to bring down the risk score. Now I'll just briefly take you through some of the points that Dr. Somnath has already told you about. This newer forms of, I'm only going to evaluation. He spoke on many other things related to technology, digitalization and so on. I'm only taking you through some of the things that we use for today, for evaluation. So obviously those of you, last year was GATE, I think, right? So you know how people have assessed, you can assess in so many ways, GATE analysis, right? Using motion sensors, you can use stroboscopic lights, you can use cameras positioned in different positions. All those things are there for GATE analysis. Similarly, there are ways by which you can assess ergonomic risk using technology. So first is biofeedback. Biofeedback has been around for the last 50 years, but the equipment was so big, you couldn't really carry it to a factory and use it. So now we have started using biofeedback to look at muscle activity during work. All these things are in the future, they are going to make a difference. I can say that because a lot of companies are moving to India for manufacturing, and they want the same employee practices to be practiced here. Also, the government is becoming more and more proactive. DISH, this Directorate of Inspector of Safety and Health, they want evaluation. So we have technical ways by which evaluate this risk. So postural biofeedback, especially when it comes to compensation. We was talking about compensation today. If it comes into compensation, everybody will start doing ergonomic evaluation. So activities of the paraspinous muscles. A biofeedback equipment basically is a detector. You've got the electrodes that goes, the signals are taken from muscle to the processor, and from the processor to the display. Yeah, you can see there is a graph there. Can you see that ball? Yeah. Now that ball goes below the line. I'll play it again for you. So you fix these are the electrodes that are fit to the lower back, the muscles. Now imagine this person who is fit with the electrodes transmit the signal to that device, and he can actually visualize his muscles going into spasm or at least contracting. So you can see the baseline there. The ball goes up and down. In fact, there is it's not visual but also auditory, there is a bell. He straightens himself, then he starts stooping again, and when he stoops, it goes below the line, and then he corrects himself. So this is self-correct. Were you able to see it?
Yes.
When it goes below the line, he auto-corrects. Another is this motion sensors. So the person uses, he has he's working on on a tool, and the motion sensor tied to his wrist analyzes the extent of shoulder flexion, the ROM, everything is recorded in a graph. We've been talking about AI. In fact, nobody, any conversation today that starts is either artificial intelligence or Trump. So we'll talk about the artificial intelligence only. So AI now is here to stay. But what we apply it for is in our hands. It should not replace our higher centers. So here, for example, you all will be teaching exercises. Look at this tool for teaching exercises. You can actually remotely monitor if the person has a I'll show it again. So you'll be able to find out remotely, has my shoulder abducted above 90? Suppose the patient comes and has a capsulitis. So on. This is something we did for optometrists. Shankaran Nethralaya asked us to do an evaluation of the ergonomic risk of optometrists. So we used AI on this person and found that the RUA score was pretty high because again, this was also partly given by the AI, but we cross-checked it with our ergonomists. And last but not the least, and which I will not do too much about because we are near the people who deal a lot with exercises. But it's important what exercises you prescribe. For exercises, I believe, have to be prescribed. And we need to know what exercises to prescribe. So what are the different types of exercises? Somebody awake? Yeah, what are the different types of exercises?
Flexibility, aerobic.
Sorry? Aerobic?
Aerobic.
Yes? Excellent. Aerobic, strengthening, flexibility, endurance. Okay, good, fine. Coordination, exercises for balance. All those things are there. But since it's the audience of physiotherapists, so I don't need to elaborate on that. Essentially, exercises are a rigid as a patient. He is coming to present. Yeah. Postural muscles, that's because you know that. But what type of exercise? We will do strengthening exercise. Okay. So you have to prescribe these strengthening exercise. Somebody told somebody do strengthening exercise. One patient came to me. Severe back pain. So I asked him, okay, what did you do? No, I was told by my doctor to do strengthening exercises. So I went to the gym. And then I asked him, how much of weight did you lift? So I lifted 80 kilos, sir. After that I developed back pain. I said, why did you go slow? Why did you want to lift 80 kilos? Sir, next month I am getting married. So you can't develop all those muscles in 1 month. Okay. So strengthening muscles, carefully prescribed. What are the other? Aerobics, of course, is their wish. You want to go hiking, jogging, running, swimming, whatever. It's up to them. Third is flexibility. Almost every animal you see first stretches itself. Flexibility is very important for this. And we got to prescribe those exercises. We give what are called break exercises. Remember, as the aging population, flexibility comes down. You have seen a child, na? Takes its own toe and puts it into its own mouth. Can you do it? Don't try. Thank you. That's Dr. Somnath, by the way.
As we head for our next plenary session, we have now invite Dr. Indu Sarfare ma'am, Professor, Department of Musculoskeletal Physiotherapy, Myers Physiotherapy College, to introduce our next speaker of the plenary session, Dr. Dipankar Das sir. Thank you, Dr. Sumita. Good afternoon, everyone. I feel privileged to welcome and introduce Dr. Dipankar Das, a physical therapist specialist experience with his expertise in workplace posture. Sir is the author of his best-selling book, Ergonomics for Corporates, dedicated to promoting a healthy work-life balance for families. He has also made significant contributions to 3 additional publications, including Ergonomics for Healthcare Professionals, Physiotherapy in Orthopedic and Rheumatological Conditions, where he authored chapters showcasing his expertise in ergonomics. Sir has conducted assessments and training programs for over 350 leading organizations, including Accenture, Sony, JLL, Hero, Maruti, and many more to come. And he has positively impacted the health and well-being of more than 4 lakh employees. He actively collaborates with schools to promote correct posture among students, helping prevent the long-term consequences of poor posture habits among school children. With this, I invite Dr. Dipankar Das to enlighten us on ergonomics beyond chairs, a holistic framework for corporate wellness. We look forward to gaining valuable insights from his expertise. Over to you, sir.
So before I start, I would like to thank Dr. Snail ma'am and for inviting me for this lovely event, and thanks Dr. Anuradha ma'am for so much of follow-up. कल सुबह कल आप रात को 2 बजे follow-up कर रहे थे. Thanks for hosting us. And personally speaking, and why I am standing here, I would like to thank my teacher from Pravara School, Dr. Nitin sir. So, Dr. who suggested me the pattern from Gurgaon, so why don't you try ergonomics there in Gurgaon, because most of the IT sectors are there. So thank you so much, sir. And thanks Mr. Dr. Gangopadhyay sir, and thanks Dr. Sundar sir for enlightening us for the lovely lectures. So my topic is ergonomics beyond chairs. So now tell me, what do you understand with this topic? So this session, so all my sessions across India, it's 99% interactive. Otherwise, stage करना नहीं तो otherwise. So I need every participation, every single participation. So tell me, how many of you understand? Any show of hands? इससे क्या समझ आ रहा है टॉपिक के बारे में?
Sitting posture.
Anyone else beyond sitting postures or?
There is always marketing about chairs, there's ergonomic chairs.
Anything else? Good. Acha, let me give you one other perspective. How many of you wanted to earn money? अब आ गया ना? Okay. Now, honestly, tell me, show of hands, how many of you have back pain? Lovely. Show of hands, खड़े हो. Show of ऐसे. And how many of you have neck pain? Okay. And how many of you are blessed with both? No. So majority of the people are having this back pain. So now the irony is, majority of the पहले होता था back pain at the age of 40, 45, late 50s में. But now the problem, this back pain and neck pain are coming at a very early age. What can be the reason? So what can be the reason? Sedentary lifestyle, postures, neck pain क्यों होता है? Young age में क्यों हो रहा है? So जो आपके सबके हाथ में है, पॉकेट में है, सबसे आपका सबसे बेस्ट फ्रेंड, वो सबसे ज़्यादा that is your biggest culprit. So thanks to, but so I don't have these quick commerce companies apps on my Play Store, on my phone. Quick commerce हो गया या आपका e-commerce हो गया, except Amazon. But I don't have these apps, but I love these apps. The reason being because these are the companies who are giving us patience. So after Holi, Diwali or any of the new year, let's suppose, I will get my MPD is like full almost. Tell me the reason. सब लोग उसमें और शॉपिंग में लगे हैं, सब लोग वही फॉरवर्ड बाय से हैप्पी न्यू ईयर, हैप्पी दिवाली, हैप्पी होली. People don't have time nowadays to visit to people, their human interactions. किसी के पास कॉल करने का टाइम नहीं है, राइट? ना किसी के पास किसी से कॉल करने का, लाइक विश करने का भी. People are forwarding, उसकी वजह से नेक पेन हो जाता है. So thanks to these festivals and thanks to smartphones. So my topic is beyond chairs. So let me just try to find out, give you the perspective of what are the myths on the chairs. So when you hear about ergonomics, सबसे पहले Google पे if you search on Google, हमें आपको क्या दिखता है? Only chairs, majority. Like chair ergonomics, chair. So people buy fancy chairs, but still have the back pain, still have the neck pain, still have these lifestyle disorders. The reason why? They need to correct the postures. No, so I just recommend these 1.5 lakhs of 2.5 lakh of rupees chairs, but still they have this back pain because they are still not correcting their postures, the way they are sitting. So that is they have to learn. ये नहीं कि आपने बहुत अच्छी चेयर खरीदी है, बहुत अच्छी कार खरीदी, still you are having this problem. Then their problem is not with the product, the problem is with your habit. Right. So now what do you think? How many सबसे महंगी चेयर कौन सी खरीदी आपने? I mean, if you know about any of the brand. So when I ask these questions to my patients or any of the companies, they are shocked to listen कि अच्छा 1.5 लाख की चेयर भी आती है, और उनको ऐसा लगता है कि 1.5 लाख रुपीस चेयर उनको बहुत ज़्यादा लगती है, जो कि इतना बड़ा प्रोडक्ट है, राइट? और 1.5 लाख का फ़ोन इतना सा है, एवरी ईयर आप चेंज करते हो उस फ़ोन को, राइट? और वो आपको कितना डैमेज कर रहा है, राइट? सो चेयर्स, फिर मैं उनको बताता हूँ, और लेट्स सपोज, सो देयर इज another perspective which is the mattress. There are two areas where people spend less, mattress or chairs. Can I have anyone कि किस वजह से people don't spend less, people don't spend much on these two products? Awareness और
बहुत महंगा रहता है. If it's like
okay,
the one
but
that is prescribed,
why
do you want to spend so much on?
So why people are spending 25 lakh rupees of chairs, cars nowadays? 25 लाख की कार आराम से खरीद रहे हैं nowadays. Money is not the problem. Money is not the problem. 5 करोड़ का घर, 20 करोड़ का गुड़गांव में 200 करोड़ के घर भी बिके. Money is not the problem. Problem is negligence. Priorities. So मुझे ऐसा लगता है, which I might be wrong, but it's my observation. Show off. इन दोनों प्रोडक्ट्स को आप शो ऑफ नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है? ना तो आप मैट्रेस दिखा सकते हो किसी को, ना आप चेयर दिखा सकते हो, राइट? बट स्टिल यू कैन शो ऑफ योर बेड. आप सबको दिखा दो. बेड सबका बहुत महंगा है, अच्छा पीछे लाइट्स लगी हुई हैं, कुछ ये लगा हुआ है, कुशन्स हैं और सब कुछ. बट मैट्रेस 20,000 से ज़्यादा नहीं खर्चेंगे. सो आई वेंट टू दीज कंपनीज, स्लीप कंपनीज, सारी कंपनीज में मैंने रिसर्च करी एंड देन आई फाउंड आउट. मैंने उनसे पूछा कि हम आपका सबसे महंगा मैट्रेस कौन सा है. स्लीप कंपनी है 75,000 रुपीज़ और मैट्रेस, किसी कंपनी का 1.5 का है, उससे ज़्यादा है ही नहीं. सो मैंने कहा आपका हाउ मेनी पीपल आर बाइंग दिस एक्सपेंसिव, मतलब आपका टॉप प्रोडक्ट. वो कहते हैं कि 2 out of 10. एंड आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट साउथ दिल्ली. साउथ दिल्ली सबसे ज़्यादा पॉश है, वहाँ पे लोग नहीं खरीद रहे हैं. तो आप इमेजिन ईस्ट दिल्ली, वेस्ट दिल्ली, इमेजिन टीयर 2, टीयर 3 सिटीज़. सो नाउ द प्रॉब्लम इज, मैंने उनसे पूछा क्या रीज़न है, उनको भी नहीं पता. सो मैंने कहा आप जस्ट गिव दिस पर्सपेक्टिव टू योर पेशेंट्स और सॉरी योर क्लाइंट्स, आपका सेल बढ़ जाएगा. मैंने उनको कैलकुलेशन करके बताओ, 75,000 डिवाइडेड बाय इतनी साल की आप वारंटी दे रहे हो, डिवाइडेड बाय हाउ मेनी पीपल आर स्लीपिंग इनटू 8 hours, आपको पर महीने का, पर डे का 10 रुपीज़ का कॉस्ट आ रहा है. सो नाउ कंपेयर विद एनी ऑफ वन प्रॉब्लम विच यू हैव, अगर आपने कुछ गलत मैट्रेस ले लिया तो. सो उनका दिमाग खुल गया कि हाँ, सो दिस इज हाउ पीपल कैन आई मीन यूज दिस, बाय दिस एक्सपेंसिव प्रोडक्ट्स. सो चेयर्स के बारे में आई कैन गो ऑन. सो अभी सो दीज वर द मिथ्स people think of chairs. So chairs के beyond भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं. As Dr. Sundar mentioned about the office ergonomics, हम उस डिटेल में नहीं जाएंगे. But office ergonomics से beyond, मतलब chairs के beyond भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं which we need to find out. So this is the ergonomically designed workstations, approximately of 5 lakh rupees of workstation. Chair भी महंगी है, workstation, standing workstation, footrest, right? So collectively it is approximately 5 lakhs. So do you think, does it worth it? Why? Don't say just for the sake of कि हाँ अब मैं बोल रहा हूँ तो worth it है. Justify.
People will spend a lot of money on their rehabilitation program.
Okay.
So if we calculate that, it might be cheaper.
Let's suppose you are working in a MNC, let's say Big Four मतलब Deloitte और कोई भी. So Deloitte में आप काम कर रहे हो, your package is let's say 50 lakhs. Still you buy this workstation, ऐसा डिज़ाइन करोगे, आपका work from home है, you will buy this, yes or no? पक्का? पक्का? बट नहीं करते लोग. During COVID, Google have spent given to each and every employee $700, 70,000 rupees each and every employee to buy the workstations. उन्होंने कुछ नहीं करा, मेरे से बिल बनवा ली कि 10-15 हज़ार का बिल बना दो एंड देन रेस्ट ऑफ द 65,000 or maybe 55,000 उन्होंने अपने जेब में रख लिया. So this is how people have priority to the safety and the health and preventive health. So it's our mistake. People don't buy this thing, workstations, irrespective of उनका package, because least है, right? So there are n number of cases. One of my patient, so she's turned home baker after COVID. So काफ़ी लोग home baker बन गए थे, तो वो खुद ही सब कुछ कर रही है, Instagram पे रील डालना है, cooking भी कर रही है, सब कुछ कर रही है, and they she end up having the neck sprain, cervical vertigo, because अगर वही छोटा सा काम, अगर वो वर्कस्टेशन ठीक कर ले, अपना पोस्चर ठीक कर ले एंड देन एक चीज़ को डेलीगेट कर दे जस्ट टू सेव द मनी, वो सारी प्रॉब्लम स्टार्ट होगी. सो दैट्स हाउ वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट कि किस वर्कस्टेशन में हाउ वी कैन करेक्ट आवर दिस थिंग. सो नाउ टेल मी व्हाट विल हैपन इफ वी हैव दिस टाइप ऑफ पुअरली डिजाइन्ड ऑफिसेस. So we'll have less productivity, we'll have injuries, we'll have safety issues. उससे beyond बाद में बात करेंगे. So now the future is we need to shift from the object to the ecosystem. So holistic approach. So this is the timeline of the ergonomics when it comes to chairs, when it comes to office ergonomics. So बहुत सालों से for years we were spending on chairs, we were spending on these fancy chairs कि हाँ PA ले लेते हैं, maybe the cushion or maybe the footrest. But now tell me, for example, if you can buy a 50,000 rupees of chairs, right? You can buy a 50,000 rupees of chairs, but if the lighting and workflow or the culture is wrong, what will happen? Still the problem will be the same, right? Right? Now, फिर उसके बाद आया after the ergonomics, after the chairs, people used to call me for the workstations assessment. Assessment in the sense, chair height ठीक कर दो, and then screen height, and then monitor, and then sit stand desk and everything. But still the problem was incomplete because most of the companies don't have time, don't have budget to get into the detailed, like with the ruler, reba. So honestly, आज तक for the last 14-15 years, I haven't done any of that. Now उनके पास budget है ना. If the a company has 1,000 employees, उनका रूलर रेबा हम करेंगे अगर सिंगल तो इसलिए उनका कॉस्ट बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है. सो इसलिए कराते ही नहीं है. सो इसलिए they stick and they don't even bother to have the culture plus workstation and the environment. So तीनों चीज़ को नहीं कराते, but just for the tick in the box कि this year we'll do ergonomic assessment and then call somebody from the industry और वो session करा के उनका खत्म हो गया. Next month they'll call dental कि हाँ dental hygiene कराने दें. Next month they'll call eye का lens card को बुला लिया. फिर next month they'll call Zumba, फिर yoga. So but still people are still struggling for the same in the same company. The people are coming with the same problems, right? So the reality is ergonomics is about ecosystem, the lighting, air quality, noise, workflow, team culture, sleep and the stress. अगर हम सबको if we collectively collaborate, if we collectively see these areas, then we can give the solution to any of the organization. Otherwise, we'll be missing maybe one piece. So one of my friend, I was called from somebody to assess his workstation. I was not knowing कि वो बंदा कौन है. So it was a shocking for me after the assessment, not before the assessment, before his entering his office. So he was asking कि अच्छा क्या करना है. His workstation was more than 50 lakhs of rupees. Standing workstation, everything, सब कुछ. He was asking me lighting का कैसे है, ठीक है, ये वो तो नहीं है, यहाँ पे क्या करना है, टेम्परेचर ठीक है, वॉल का कलर ठीक है, टाइल्स ठीक है, वर्कस्टेशन कैसा, माउस कैसा, सब कुछ उसने करा लिया. And then he transferred me the money, his assistant. And after I came back to my clinic, I asked him, जो भी मैंने उन्हें बताया, everything I asked him to buy, automatically he was sending his adding on his Amazon cart, and it was more than maybe 15-20 lakhs worth of product, despite of having already उसका workstation बहुत अच्छा था. Then उन्होंने बताया कि आपको पता है आप किसका करके आए हो. So then he said he's assistant, very close to Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. मैंने कहा crazy. So these people will assist. They have these type of knowledge of having the importance of the prevention and the safety. It's not about money. ऐसा नहीं है कि 20 लाख की चेयर का ही आपको कंफर्ट देगी या 10,000 की चेयर को नहीं देगी, राइट? इट्स अबाउट कि आपकी प्रायोरिटी क्या है. उसके पास पैसा है तो इसलिए ही इज इन्वेस्टिंग, राइट? So now tell me if the surgeons, in this session, I'll make sure by the end of the session you will be surprised to know the importance of ergonomics और इस पे कितना scope है. So how many of you are interested to listen this? now tell me honestly, how many of you are interested in this ergonomics field? Pakka. And by the way, I would like to thanks. In the morning, I have seen KS Stride, people who have doing innovative stuff. So congratulations. Maybe soon we'll see you on Shark Tank. And, okay. But honestly, it's in this area. If you want to explore, so it's a plenty of areas you can explore. So I'll try to give some perspective in this 1 hour session कि आप क्या क्या कर सकते हो in this area, right? So just wanted to see how many of you are interested in ergonomics, and it's not only to corporate, it's beyond. It's a blue ocean. Right. Now, so there is a framework which ergonomics framework which I have designed. Like I have given the mnemonic on this, which is E for ergonomic environment. Environment means noise, your dim light, or maybe let's imagine if there is a dim light, or if there is a less of light or screen glare, still the people will be facing some issues, right? R for routine matlab like so you can consult companies for the micro breaks. They can take a stretch breaks or some sort of 30-second break from their routine, right? G for gears and gadgets, like Dr. Sundar said ki on the workstations you can have standing workstations, you can have footrest or something like the document holder. बहुत सारे gears and gadgets हो सकते हैं, right? O for occupation needs. So different occupation have different problems. Surgeons को same problem होगी, right? Dentist को same problem होगी, right? So every profession will be having different stresses, different problems, so different solution will be given, right? Similarly, neuroscience, and for neuroscience, so let's suppose if I give the lecture like this, do you think I am confident? So if you slouch like this, do you think you will be confident? So slouching doesn't hurt the back, it will help, it will definitely reduce your confidence as well as your focus, right? Next would be occupation, organization culture. So it depends on the different cultures. Depends on the organization, whether it's a what do you call IT sector, it's a assembly line, it's a maybe an organization of the government sector. So every organization will be having different cultures. Next would be the movement. Movement is the medicine, and the sedentary lifestyle people are not moving, so you can recommend the movement, right? So इसमें ही बहुत बड़ा lecture है, what all movement you can do with one's profession. Next would be I for ideations, individualizations, which is every individual have the different areas to explore, to change their postures, right? For example, I was doing a assessment in the MMTC, which is they make silver and gold refinery. So one person was sitting and only doing the 1 gram of gold from placing one hair to hair. This. So what are the chances of having the shoulder injuries? Higher, right? Imagine 1 gram. So because it's the repetitive task. Another same area, different same organization, different setup. 1200 degree के furnace पे people are that guy is melting the gold and pouring the gold in that brick, which is brick itself is a 35 kg, और जो gold जाता है उसमें 65 kg का होता है. उसके बाद वो he has to push, he has to turn, and then he has to push the trolley. दूसरी trolley आती है, and then so it's not automation. Like you said, sir, if we suggest something like this, ki automation karo, so it's a very high cost. नहीं नहीं बंद हो गया. And C for contextual design. I'll give you my example. In Delhi NCR we have metro. So जब भी मैं metro में देखता हूँ तो people are roaming here and there. So ergonomically design अगर हम करें वैसे one side one can go downstairs, एक side से लोग we can come upstairs. But वहाँ downstairs upstairs में इतना ज़्यादा होता रहता है, कभी कोई लग रहा है कभी कोई लग रहा है. So what simple thing what one can do is easily एक डाउनस्टेयर्स का बना दे और इजीली एक वहाँ पे तो गवर्नमेंट शुड डू दिस. सो जस्ट वांटेड टू शेयर दैट. एंड एस इज फॉर द स्लीपिंग एंड सिटिंग. सो देयर आर टू एरियाज वेयर पीपल आर नॉट एज आई मेंशन. दो ही जगह पीपल आर नॉट स्पेंडिंग. ना अच्छी चेयर ना अच्छा मैट्रेस, राइट. एंड अनफॉर्चुनेटली सबसे ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम इन दो एरियाज में आ रही है, राइट. और फर्स्ट कहाँ रहे हैं? शो ऑफ करने में. ठीक है. Now, so I think this slide will be having a blurred. You won't be able to see. So there are. So I'll be explaining blue ocean ergonomics. क्या areas हैं where you can explore, right? Before explaining to this, how many of you have back pain? काफियों को back pain था, right? Now, will you go to the back pain specialist or you will go to a general physio or doctor or ortho? Or किसके पास जाओगे? I'm saying, okay. How many of you have back pain? ठीक है. You must be knowing the reason कि आपको back pain क्यों है? अच्छा, उसका भी reason पता होगा. ठीक है. So किसके पास जाओगे? The person who is specialized in back pain, who treats only back pain patients, or the one who treats everything. Let's say neck pain भी करता है, back pain भी करता है, right? So this is how ergonomics may be. If you explore, like I do only the IT people, right? So ergonomics may be, let's suppose if we divide, there is a area dental ergonomics. डेंटल ergonomics के अंदर ही बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं. लेट्स से यू कैन ऑल्सो कंसल्ट डेंटल कॉलेजेस ओनली. यू कैन ऑल्सो कंसल्ट पेशेंट डिजाइन चेयर्स डिजाइनिंग टीम पे. यू कैन ओनली कंसल्ट द क्लिनिक्स, राइट. लेट्स से क्लिनिक्स में हाउ यू कैन डिजाइन ergonomically, हाउ you can guide your dentist. The way they are setting, how they can, because more than 90% people, dentists retire early because of their prematurely retire because of these problems, right? So where my clinic is there, on the second floor, it's a mall. More than 12 dentists are there, overcrowded. जिसमें से every now and then, every month कोई ना कोई dentist आता है because of their neck pain. Because some people have working with this, some people have wrong chairs. So dental is one area where you can master, right? Second is architectures. Third is your UX UI design, like sir mentioned कि how you can, वो लेकिन design part में आ गया, right? Schools is the biggest opportunity nowadays. Now tell me, what are the future problems? आपको क्या लगता है अभी आने वाले टाइम में फ्यूचर प्रॉब्लम्स क्या क्या होंगी? अभी क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम है? स्ट्रेस मत बताना, स्ट्रेस तो सबको वैसे ही है और स्ट्रेस तो बहुत सब्जेक्टिव टर्म है. सो फ्यूचर प्रॉब्लम्स विल बी फर्स्ट नेक पेन थैंक्स टू स्मार्टफोन्स. सेकेंड इज बैक पेन जो चल रहा है. थर्ड इज आईज because of digitization, because of everything, screen. आने वाले टाइम में स्क्रीन ये भी नहीं होगा और यहीं पे हम कर रहे होंगे, राइट. थर्ड इज थंब का arthritis because of repetitive use, right. And next would be ears because of earphones. ठीक है? So these are the problems वो आप you can explore in any one area. So I want to you think of in a way कि focus in one area, just pick any of the area. ये बहुत सारे बहुत कम है, इसके भी 10 और हैं. Just let's suppose if you focus on, if you have interest in schools, right? Schools में क्या? School bags. So one of my so I'm consulting one of my friend who will be seeing in Shark Tank soon. So he's making a ergonomics backpack. So I'm consulting as an ergonomist of that. So आप सिर्फ स्कूल से रिलेटेड फर्नीचर बना सकते हो, स्कूल से रिलेटेड आप बैग्स बना सकते हो, स्कूल में कंसल्ट कर सकते हो, टीचर्स को कंसल्ट कर सकते हो, बहुत सारी अपॉर्चुनिटी, बट चूज वन नीश, ओनली वन. Similarly, healthcare, right? So, for example, एक और travel भी है. So, in season one of my other as a friend, he was making a travel pillow, ergonomic travel pillow, because traveling during travel, so we tend to use this travel pillow, right? So he was making a travel pillow. I was a consultant over there as. So he was in Shark Tank, और he was making a travel pillow, but उसके बाद कोविड आ गया, उसने travel pillow का positioning हटा के he made it to a ergonomic office and pillow or something like that. So the point what I'm trying to say is there are endless opportunities in this field if you explore. So in travel में you can focus on product designing. You can go to China and then have endless opportunities, endless ideas. You can go for aerospace. You can go for only consulting the pilots and only consulting the male pilots, right? So इतना niche पे चले जाओगे तो you will kill the market, right? ठीक है? Similarly, vehicle interiors and so on and so forth. So there are plenty of areas where you can explore. So now, tell me which area you are interested ना अभी फिलहाल के लिए. How many of you are interested in schools? Schools में आप बच्चों के लिए किसी को passion है? अच्छा, one. And anyone? अच्छा you said schools. Schools में क्या? Like for the schools, teachers, design. हाँ? School teachers postures. Okay, good. And anyone or you?
I would prefer for the students because in what I have seen in schools is a same size of bench is used in all the classrooms.
Yeah.
But the same classroom is used for two different children of two different standards.
Exactly.
The same classroom is used for 10th standard and it is also used for maybe first or second standard.
Yeah.
So I believe that we should change the benches sizes and.
So you can work on school furniture designs, right? You can create some products. बहुत सारे products already आ चुके हैं. So कुछ भी चीज़ crowded नहीं है, कुछ भी चीज़ saturated नहीं होता. ना हमारी field saturated है and AI से तो हमें वैसे भी नहीं डरना because AI won't be replacing us, right? So before COVID, AIMS Delhi invited me for conducting the pilot study for schools because as she mentioned हर बच्चा same chairs पे same workstation पे बैठा हुआ है. And IT people, IT department, Delhi IT department have funded this pilot study for the entire Delhi schools, only government schools. तो वहाँ पे वो कर रहा था to safeguard their postures. Anyone interested in healthcare? Healthcare में maybe hospitals, maybe a dentist or maybe surgeons. So the idea is focus on one area, come down to one niche. Even if you charge 1 lakh for 5 minutes, people will pay. I'll prove you. So that's why I asked you how many of you are interested in making some money. So there was one company, Make My Trip. So I was doing a session for 4 to 5 days. There were around 3,200 people there. before COVID. During the session, during the surprise visit, only one person was sitting correctly with a laptop stand and mouse. Rest, tell me, sir, you can relate. 90% people make one mistake in the corporates, which is take by laptop stand le liya, my problem is solved, right? They don't take external mouse and keyboard. So this is the mistake which Make My Trip did. Every employee was having, अच्छा आपको neck pain है, आपको stand दे दिया. That's it. उसकी वजह से उसकी problem और बढ़ गई है. So that's how they look at these solutions. So I was during the lighting this thing. So I was observing कि ये भी एक correct posture height पे रखा हुआ है. Which profession is this? Right. So this will be having, this person will be having thoracic shoulder, thoracic upper arm syndrome, shoulder problems, maybe neck issues, vertigo and all that. Okay. Which profession is this? So they must be having different problems, right? The solution will be different. Okay. Now so they are sitting. So because majority of the surgeons stand and then work. Some surgeries are 3 to 4 hours. Some surgeries are more than 10 hours, and they have to stand and then do the surgeries. And you can prescribe. Don't be into this mindset. अच्छा हमें क्या सुनेंगे वो, right? So I've written a book on this spine surgeon, so which was they were mentioning. So ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. So they मेरी एक गुड़गांव के टॉप स्पाइन सर्जन से थोड़ी सी बहस हो गई थी. So his point was wrong and my point was according to me was right. While we sit, so मैंने कहा ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता. So it was during COVID, so it was a online this thing, and then so मैंने उनको ऐसा नहीं कहा कि you are wrong and I am right. फिर मैंने बाद में पूछा, मैंने कहा सर ये आपने तो ये बोला था pelvic tilt ऐसे हो जाएगा. कहता है सॉरी वो उस टाइम गलत था. So don't think कि you are a physio, they will not listen to you being a surgeon and all that. So ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. You respect your profession, you respect your knowledge. People will listen. Next is the aerospace. Aerospace has different ergonomics के अलावा वहाँ पे कुछ होता ही नहीं है. मतलब everything is ergonomically design में. So some pilots come to me for their back pain, shoulder pain or wrist pain. So they have different this thing, and it's a huge opportunity over there. कोई भी उनके लिए कोई नहीं है. Like in the sense कि टेल मी वन थिंग, अगर किसी को पायलट को प्रॉब्लम होगी तो कहाँ जाएंगे वो? अगर कोई ऐसा फिजियो होगा सिर्फ पायलट्स को डील करता है, दैट पायलट विल पे हिम 10,000 rupees a session. Yes or no? So this is what I am trying to convey. Next is schools, which we have already discussed. Now quick. So I'm creating a team of 50 physios or maybe occupation or maybe physicians, those who are interested in ergonomics as a profession, but I'll take only who will qualify. So you can scan this, you can fill the form. If you will be qualified, I'll take you in this, and in this I'll be teaching you the secrets of how you can position yourself as a ergonomic in different sectors. So ऐसा नहीं है कि सारे corporate वाले होंगे. I'll be seeing कि एक dental का होगा, एक 4-5 dental के होंगे, 4-5 healthcare के होंगे, 4-5 aerospace के भी होंगे. And then इसमें काफ़ी कुछ ये भी होगा कि people, if you wanted to have, I'll be sharing my resources. Let's suppose if somebody is interested in dental, right? You want to become a dental ergonomic strategist, and only for अगर if you go more deeper, only for the male dentist, let's suppose, ठीक है? But there is no point, ठीक है? So now I'll help you out with the connections, and then I help you out with the digital presence. I'll help you out to how to create process, create your courses, create your branding and everything. So it is not one of the course कि आपने बस course कर लिया, कि dry needling का course कर लिया, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. So I want, हाँ जी.
One thing that it is restricted only for the future.
No.
Because it is written.
Yeah, it is written.
Experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything is written with.
Yeah, वो
The other profession, if they want to join this course.
yeah, so they will.
Maybe they will be interested.
Yeah, हाँ जी.
No. So that thing is
So this was just because for the session. हाँ,
Right, yeah.
इसलिए. So I need the. Thank you so much. So you don't need to fill the form, sir. So you will be a mentor in this. ठीक है? So now corporate wellness reimagined, in the sense what all you can do other than giving them the sessions, giving them the ज्ञान कि आप ये वाली चीज़ कर लो, as rightly said by Dr. Sundar, कि you can't go and enter the college offices and then tell कि आपके सारे workstation खराब है, सारी chairs खराब है, so you can't do that and वो करेंगे भी नहीं. All you can do is जो chairs खराब है, you can tell them you can repair the chairs, ठीक है? कुछ chairs let's suppose there are companies like PepsiCo, Amex, big companies. उसमें they have invested one standing workstation after every 10 workstations. So one wellness center कर दिया, यहाँ पे standing workstation कर दिया. Standing workstation costs somewhere starting from 25,000. But the chances are less people are not using standing workstation because of lack of awareness. या तो लोग बहुत देर पूरा दिन खड़े हो रहे हैं या लोग खड़े ही नहीं हो रहे, right? So there was a company called Uninor. So वहाँ पे गया था, वहाँ पे सबके पास standing workstation था, but yeah,
better than city.
but everyone was sitting on the standing workstation. Imagine उसको नीचे करके बैठे हुए हैं. So that Uninor company is no more now. नहीं वैसे भी है, I mean it's shut down. So the idea is, this slide is give you the perspective कि how you can give the value, how you can increase their productivity, their company's productivity. उनका क्या फायदा है? उनका फायदा आपको बुलाने में है कि how you can increase their productivity at a lesser price. So उनको ये मत बताओ आप 50,000 की workstation वहाँ पे लगा दो. It's better you can create a workstation for 500 rupees का standing कि आपने ऐसे किया, आप यहाँ पे standing हो सकता है, simple. And then encourage people to come there. That's it. Now, so start observing people what they do. ज़्यादातर लोगों को majority of the people have either work like this, और आप मैंने काफ़ियों को देखा है while driving people have kept their smartphone on the dashboard and while driving they are finishing their web series on Netflix. ठीक है? There was one patient. आप भी ऐसे करते हो? So there was a patient who was having the neck pain. So मैंने कहा क्या हुआ? कहते हैं कि हम फोन पे ही सारा कुछ देखते हैं. मैंने कहा आपके पास कितने टीवी हैं? All 4 टीवी उनके घर पे. मैंने कहा सबको OLX पे भेज दो आप. When you are not, because what we are doing is, what we are doing this wrong is, we are doing everything on phone. फोन का काम से फोन था. Now we are doing web series भी फोन पे, टीवी का काम भी फोन पे, लैपटॉप का काम भी फोन पे. That's how we are creating this like ऐसा postures, right? And it's very difficult to get rid of this. You need to have very strong conscious living lifestyle इससे बाहर निकलने के लिए. Otherwise you will end up scrolling on Instagram like anything. Trust me. उससे याद है, how many of you use smartphone before going to bed and जब आप सुबह उठते हो सबसे पहले फोन उठाते हो, और जो नहीं उठा रहे वो तो कंफर्म करते हो, right? So please don't do this. आप सबको पता है इसके साइड इफेक्ट्स क्या हैं. एटलीस्ट ये 2 टाइम तो मत करो प्लीज. Is this a wrong posture or right? So we won't go into detail because Dr. Sundar has already explained. Is this a right or wrong? What all modification you can do in this? अगर इनके घर में वर्क स्टेशन नहीं है या बेड नहीं है, उनको यहीं पे बैठना है तो क्या ऑप्शन है? कैसे? गुड. ट्राई करना कि कॉस्ट ना बढ़े और उनका प्रोडक्टिविटी बढ़ जाए. Which is below is the right options. What all options you can give him? How many of you have used the standing workstations? What are the benefits of having standing workstations? Huh?
The person can move easily from one place to other.
कहाँ जाना मूव करके?
एक जगह पे खड़े रहते हैं तो एक जगह बैठे रहते हैं तो like sitting for a long time.
Understood.
But in standing,
Yeah, you're right. And anything else?
Compressive forces on spider.
Desk. Anything else? Good. Third, it can lose your weight. Yeah, exactly.
pressure on spine is less than the standing.
Will it help in losing your weight? Overnight तो नहीं, लेकिन होएगा. So जब बैठोगे तो बैठने पे और स्टैंडिंग में कैलोरीज बर्न होगी नहीं होगी? Have you seen any security guard या those who are standing for long period of time, उनको पेन ज़्यादा होता है या बैक पेन या जो बैठे होते हैं? So जितना ज़्यादा कंफर्ट है उतना ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स है, right? So we need to push from the but many of the companies who have standing desk, people are not using the standing because of the lack of awareness. So itself it will take a lot of time to discuss.
So about standing work desk, I have a question. Like I am having a flat feet, so when I stand for long, of course I get pain. So will not it affect my?
So what will you give to the what will the solution?
I would have footwear modification. That is one thing, but like just to clear my concept. So standing desk model is both the way, right? You can sit also sometime
Yeah.
and you can stand also sometime.
Let's say half day you can stand, half day you can sit. 1 hour stand, 1 hour sit, depending on the person to person. क्या उनको comfort है. Now the solution is answer to your question is either you can give the one is correction of footwear, insoles or maybe so on and so forth, or maybe anything expensive footwear like Birkenstock. Next would be you can have the anti-fatigue mat, right? Next would be every 1 hour just do the calf stretches, right? Like Dr. Sundar said, आपको कुछ exercise तो करना होगा ना उसके साथ, right? So invest on that also.
Basically, we are investing on a standing workstation along with plus things that we need to tell.
So it's not an investment. Imagine 1,000 employee company. 1,000 employee company. If you increase at 10% off, आपको अभी पेन लग रहा है. लग रहा था मुझे. 1,000 employee company. उसका 10% employee का 10% productivity if we increased, imagine the ROI. They will not be hesitant to give you 20 lakh rupees for 1 day or maybe 2 days और एक project का भी बहुत easily. आप कह रहे हो बाप रे, बहुत easily. So these are the values to companies. Honestly, we should give to the companies, which is give them the knowledge, give them the honest advice, how you can give the value add to them by hiring you to increase their productivity. उनका वही काम है, right? So don't talk about the price. Price को बात ही नहीं करना चाह रहे, ना उनको कुछ फर्क पड़ता है. So I went to this अभी recently. I went to this Hero MotoCorp, one of the plant. So they wanted to have the for the shop floors की assessment करना है उनके, आपको क्या करना है क्या नहीं किया है. So I didn't talk about the pricing and all that. I wanted to listen what are their problems. तो उनको जो जो हम यहाँ डिस्कस कर रहे हैं सब कुछ पता है उन्हें, बिकॉज सेफ्टी हेड है वहाँ पे. सेफ्टी हेड नोज नियोश क्या है, रूला रेबा क्या है क्या नहीं है. वी हैव टू गिव देम एक्स्ट्रा दिस थिंग कि जो उन्हें नहीं पता वो देना है. Fortunately I closed the deal, but so deal is for some lakhs for 2 days. But the thing is generally I wanted, मैंने उनको honestly बता दिया था, अगर if I am not able to give the value to your company, or if your company's productivity is not increasing, so I will say no to you honestly, right? So if you say honest to the companies, वो आपको बताना पड़ेगा और उनको पता चल जाएगा कि whether you're lying or not. They'll give you whatever price you are asking without any negotiation, right? So think of their help, think of how you can add the value to the organization, and you can easily reduce their burnout, reduce their help them in the innovation. जैसे मैंने बताया था, innovation, you can give them standing workstations or maybe anti-fatigue mat. अगर बहुत ज़्यादा महंगा है तो you can give them this thing dari or something like those sort of. Let's say so there was a company, उनका जो कैफेटेरिया में सारी वो डिप्लोमेट्स आते थे और उस कैफेटेरिया में so there were around 500 chairs were प्लास्टिक के नीचे रबर था. कुछ चेयर्स में let's say 100-200 चेयर्स में रबर नहीं चला, वो घिस जाता है. Because of that there was so much of noise. They were used to it because रोज वहीं जाना उनको समझ ही नहीं आ रहा. And because of that, the person like me who was going बीच में, तो आपको लगता है बहुत ज़्यादा noise है. So simple recommendation was to increase, to cover this thing. But जैसे आपने बताया कि कोई करता ही नहीं है वहाँ पे, आप recommendation दे दोगे लेकिन it depends on them whether they are doing or not. Simple, उसमें कितना खर्चा है. But still they are used to it that they're not implementing. And lastly is the how you can reduce their fatigue, reduce their stress. That's about it. Any questions? Yeah. So before I take this question, so I want everyone to start learning, growing, and changing the way the world thinks about economics. So that was my whole agenda of having this session. Thank you so much.
So, as you said only, कि everyone wants to make money.
Oh.
And in market there are so
पूरे
many.
सेशन में यही समझ आया.
In market there are so many other ergonomists also.
How many you know?
Here only I met 2 to 3.
What is the population of India?
Sir, I wanted to ask something.
अच्छा.
Is there any advice or how you will convince that partner or the company to crack that deal कि you are the best in that field? Whether it is ergonomist, whether it is neurologist, a physiotherapist, or what should be in there to convince them to select us like that.
Okay. So now, very good question. But so if you think you are best, आपको prove करने की जरूरत नहीं, ठीक है? So honestly आप उनको बता दो ये है. अगर आपको नहीं पता, so just say I won't be able to do that. Simple.
This is our point of view, right? But there should be some tricks, or is there
कुछ
any
tricks नहीं
market
है.
rules that should be there?
जैसे डॉक्टर सोमनाथ ने सुबह बोला था, we need to अगले 50 साल भाई चाहे AI आए ना आए, ह्यूमन ही रहेगा, ह्यूमन के साथ ही इंटरेक्शन होगा, राइट? और ह्यूमन के अंदर क्या है? हाँ? दिल. So if you interact from heart to heart, तो चांस ही नहीं है he'll say no to you. But you should have the confidence of giving them the confidence कि you know the best, आप उनकी हेल्प कर दोगे. Forget about price.
वही तो नहीं होता मार्केट से सर.
क्या प्रॉब्लम बताओ मुझे. आप कहाँ पे गए थे?
No sir, it's not a personal experience.
Okay.
Just what so I had heard. कि convincing them for a 1.5 lakh 2 lakh का chair, it's really tough.
So it's a perspective, I know, because when it comes to products, so उनको कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा चाहिए कि वो किसी को brag कर पाए कि हाँ, I know this product. People as a human being, हमें पसंद है कुछ चीज़ that we own, right? Let's say I own this smartphone, I own this car, I own this house. I'll give you a very good example. अभी 2-3 साल पहले अपने फ्रेंड के घर पे गया था तो उनकी you can listen. So you can 2-3 years back I went to my friend's place. तो उनकी मॉम ने कुछ नहीं, मैंने नमस्ते किया, पैर छुए, उनके पास गया. आंटी कहती आओ मैं को दिखाती हूँ कुछ. मैंने कहा अच्छा, तो यहाँ पे दिखाए. कहते देखो कितना अच्छा फ्रिज लिया हमने. फ्रिज वॉज डबल डोर. तो what she was doing, she was bragging कि हमने टीवी फ्रिज लिया है. कभी देखा है आपने कि घर पे आके वो कोई बता रहा है देखो मेरा मैट्रेस कितना अच्छा है, देखो मेरी चेयर कितनी अच्छी. क्यों? क्योंकि वो नीचे है, बेडशीट के अंदर है, कुछ नहीं पता चल रहा किसी को. बट मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट प्रोडक्ट तो वही है भाई. आपकी लाइफ में 8 आवर्स आप उस प्रोडक्ट पे दे रहे हो, उस पर कितना कम खर्च कर रहे हो. एंड देन वी टॉक अबाउट सेफ्टी, देन वी टॉक अबाउट प्रिवेंटिव हेल्थ. प्रॉब्लम तो है ही ना. आपने कहाँ पे कंजूसी करी है? चेयर पे भी नहीं खर्चा किया. बड़ी से बड़ी कंपनीज के एम्प्लॉइज आई मीन पागल हो जाते हैं जब मैं बोलता हूँ कि एटलीस्ट 50,000 की चेयर तो खरीदो. तो उनको लगता है 50,000 जिनके हाथ में आईफोन प्रो है. तो कंटिन्यू. I hope you got my point. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom on the topic ergonomics beyond chairs. Your talk on the topic truly expanded our perspective that ergonomics is a vast ocean beyond chairs. Thank you so much, sir. Since the morning, we were all under the surveillance of posture police. Yeah, this is just a small announcement and we all should applaud. There are a few delegates who have maintained an erect posture throughout the morning till the last session of the conference. With a huge round of applause, may I announce? I think the first name would be respected Chief Guest Dr. Somnath. Throughout the morning till now, 100% erect posture observed. Next is esteemed speaker Dr. Sundar sir. Esteemed speaker Dr. Dipankar Das sir. Among the delegates, Dr. Pinak Rajadhyaksha. Huge round of applause, Dr. Bharat Teji. Harsha Sangye, Dr. Harsha Sangye. And it gives me an immense pleasure to tell this name, Dr. Neetu Mahapatra ma'am. So we have representation from the organizing committee as well. Dr. Pallavi Chopre ma'am. A huge round of applause for all these for maintaining, for truly abiding to the theme of conference of erect posture. Thank you so much. May I now call upon Dr. Snehal Gode ma'am, organizing chairperson, to kindly felicitate Dr. Dipankar Das sir.
देंगे हम पक्का।
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. Today's plenary sessions were intellectually stimulating, sparking curiosity and new avenues for exploration in ergonomics field. It reminded us the power of ergonomics in creating healthier workplaces and lives. As we come to an end of a power-packed day one of Kinesiocon 2025, we have not only explored how physiotherapy and ergonomics intersect, we have redefined workplace as a place where healing, movement and mindful design can coexist. Dear delegates, as we draw curtains on this enriching day one, let's take a moment to pause, not just in posture but in thought. May I now call upon Joint Organizing Secretary of Kinesiocon 2025, Dr. Tanpreet Kaur Mehta, Associate Professor, Neurophysiotherapy Department, for her concluding remarks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Snehalata. Good evening, everyone. I, Dr. Tanpreet Kaur Mehta, Associate Professor, Neurophysiotherapy Department, Myers MIT Pune's Physiotherapy College. It's a privilege as a Joint Secretary of Kinesiocon 2025 to present the concluding remark of this vibrant Day 1 under the theme Ergonomics Meets Physiotherapy, Prevent, Protect, Perform. I believe workplace and well-being, the bridge between workplace and well-being is ergonomics. The day one began with warmth and energy of 220 participants registered and connected. Over Eureka event was a very true and highlighting event with 6 remarkable entries and 9 overall participants and 2 judges that reflected innovation and forward thinking in physiotherapy practice. Eureka truly lived up to its name. Other highlight of the day was our inaugural function. It was indeed a grand start. We are deeply honored by the presence of our chief guest, Dr. Somnath Gangopadhyay sir, whose thought-provoking lecture on human interaction and ergonomic technologies and future application inspired us to evoking the role of physiotherapy and rapidly evolving world for lifetime performances. The insightful words of our visionary Executive Director Dr. Suchitra Nagre Madam and respected Principal Dr. Snehal Gode Ma'am reminded us of our responsibility to blend knowledge with compassion for human mankind. Our Organizing Secretary Dr. Anuradha Sutar Madam beautifully expressed gratitude by her vote of thanks. Post-inauguration, the ergonomics feast continued. In the afternoon, we were privileged to hear our eminent experts, Dr. S. Sundar sir. He enlightened us on office ergonomics and risk evaluation, offering practical strategies for workplace and well-being. Following this, currently we have Dr. Deepankar Das sir, physiotherapist, broadened our understanding with his lecture on ergonomics beyond chair, a holistic framework for corporate wellness, and encouraged us to think beyond traditional approach. And it was truly, I was believing it was a Shark Tank going on currently here. So today everyone gave us a strong blend of innovation, inspiration, evidence-based practice and knowledge. It has led a strong foundation for the rest of this conference. It has given us knowledge, inspiration, above all a sense of shared purpose in advancing ergonomics and physiotherapy for a healthier tomorrow. I sincerely thank the Almighty, all the delegates, judges, speakers, participants and organizing team, supporting staff, volunteers and members, all the members who have made day one a memorable success. As we look forward to day 2, let us carry with us the spirit of innovation and collaboration that has ignited today, and tomorrow we shall be engaging into scientific sessions, deliberations and opportunities for deeper learning and networking. With this, I formally conclude day 1 of Kinesiocon 2025. Thank you all for your active participation and I look forward to seeing you all with the same enthusiasm tomorrow. Have a pleasant evening everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Tanpreet ma'am. As we close for today, day 1 of the conference, I kindly request all of you to please relish tea which is being served outside. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, the time for tomorrow is 8 a.m. in the morning for breakfast. Faculty kindly come up for a photograph of the conference. Thank you so much.